Hi, my name is Sharzad Simab, and I'm the Manager of Climate Change and Clean Energy here at the Canadian Electricity Association. Today on the Future is Now series, we're chatting about a project out west from Capital Power. Welcome, Renee.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the Genesee Generating Station. How did Capital Power identify the Genesee Generating Station as a priority for the efficiency improvement program starting in 2016?
Sure, thanks. The Genesee Generating Station provides over 1,300 megawatts of reliable baseload generation for Albertans, and it's Capital Power's largest generating station. It's a foundation for Capital Power. It's often referred to as our flagship. Recognizing the importance of carbon reduction, Capital Power focuses on emission reductions, reliability, and sustainability. So when Genesee Unit 3 was built, we used state-of-the-art technology, and Capital Power agreed to impose at that time a voluntary reduction of the coal unit's emissions to the equivalence of a natural gas combined cycle facility. So once carbon regulations came into effect in Alberta, at that time, then Capital Power continued to meet this voluntary standard in addition to the regulated reductions for the entire Genesee site. Now at Genesee, carbon intensity and the site's emissions have always been a priority and focus. Our Genesee station adds to the stability and the reliability of the Alberta electric grid. And it helps Albertans to keep their lights on and their homes warm. We want to make sure that it's available when needed, optimized for the most efficient performance, in turn reducing emissions and protecting our environment. So this efficiency project put a target to Genesee's emission reductions. We're going to improve the greenhouse gas emission intensity and the performance and the efficiency of the unit by 12% by 2021. The result is lowering the plant's emissions by approximately 1 million tons and carbon compliance cost savings for Capital Power under Alberta's carbon pricing framework. The project preserves and it extends the value and the life of Genesee to keep it as a competitive source of power generation and a major contributor to the province's power needs.
Okay, that's great. So this is an ongoing project. Can you take us through the timeline and describe the milestones your team hopes to achieve?
For sure. So yes, in 2016, the Genesee Efficiency Improvement Project, Capital Power committed to reducing the emissions at Genesee by 12% by 2021, which we are on track to achieve. When this project began, we first looked at improving operational efficiencies to improve the unit's intensity. And then as the project progressed, we started to move on to larger emission reducing projects that involved major equipment replacements. These larger projects started to lay that foundation and the groundwork for Capital Power to increase dual fuel capabilities and our natural gas usage at Genesee. And then another project that we have is by the end of 2021, Capital Power has plans to commission the first phase of the Genesee Carbon Conversion Centre, which will capture CO2 from flue gas from the units and convert it into a very valuable product called carbon nanotubes. So we have partnered with a company called C2CNT, whose proprietary technology we will be deploying in this carbon conversion center. The carbon nanotubes that this project generates has significant emission reducing benefits when used as an additive or an admix in industrial processes. For example, if you add carbon nanotubes to a cement admix, it reduces the amount of cement or the cement product that's required, and it also strengthens the cement at the same time. So currently we're testing these carbon nanotubes from C2CNT today in cement. Now, further to just this, Capital Power has also started the process of converting our units to 100% dual fuel. So today we're currently achieving approximately 30% dual fuel capability that's a 30% natural gas co-fire, which is already reducing the emissions at the site. We're also proposing to repower Genesee Units 1 and 2 to the best-in-class hydrogen-ready natural gas combined cycle technology. This will be setting a new standard for gas generation efficiency in the province. Now, based on a successful outcome of the regulatory process, Genesee 1 would become a dedicated natural gas unit by the end of 2023, followed by Genesee Unit 2 at the end of 2024.
Okay, that's great. And how will this project support Canada's climate change goals, Renee?
So sustainable energy, I think it's important to Canada's economy. Capital Power is committed to responsible generation. Reducing emissions through the Genesee Efficiency Project was the first step for Capital Power. The path forward for us would be converting our generation through innovation and technology, deploying a multifaceted approach to decarbonization. Genesee has been integral for the last 30 years to Alberta's power needs. It'll continue to be for years to come. I mean, the energy industry, it's interconnected. It's not segmented between green energy versus thermal energy. Projects like our Genesee Carbon Conversion Centre, it's an opportunity for us to look beyond just energy. You know, we get a chance here to partner with new industries to grow Canada's economy and reduce emissions together. Capital Power has partnered with C2CNT to develop this carbon conversion center using this new technology. It's building the world's largest carbon nanotube facility, which has the benefit of impacting carbon emissions by using carbon nanotubes, a valuable product in other applications such as additives to industrial processes like cement. You know, it's an opportunity to expand and partner with industries outside of just energy. The project reduces emissions through carbon capture, and then that end product has the ability to transform other industries, reducing their carbon footprints exponentially as well. It's a partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. And these technologies and projects are really what make the future look hopeful. So I appreciate you sharing that with me.
Yeah, no, we totally agree. I mean, I think that's the path forward.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So where do you see the Genesee Generating Station project in the next 30 years as we get closer to net zero by 2050?
Well, so the Genesee Generating Station has been around for 30 years. So, you know, a lot can happen in yet another 30 years, which, I mean, the site will be around for even longer, we hope. And, you know, it'll include things that we can't even imagine today. You know, I think COVID is a good example of where things can, you know, how things can change and how we've had to change our thinking. You know, Genesee is a hub. It's a hub of innovation, both in terms of power generation, finding new opportunities for creating a low carbon world in other industries. Capital Power is a team of future focused experts and creative minds. And aside from being, you know, net zero at the facility by 2050, I think Genesee will be producing new and exciting products that we can't even yet imagine, and which will contribute to a strong and healthy future for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 years is a long time and we're excited to see what's in store. So before we leave today, I wanted to ask you, what's one word you would use to describe electricity?
I would say evolving.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Renee. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and good luck on the Genesee Generating Station project.
Great. Thank you so much for having us.